Opportunity tonight to go 500 on the road. You guys have already starting to establish what you want at home. How important is it to get to that space on the road?
It's very important. Very important. We're taking care of home, but now we gotta, go on the road and take care of business. It's always gonna be harder to win on the road. But we got what it takes. We gotta keep playing the same way we've been playing at home and take it to the road.
Dallas hasn't won 3 in a row yet this season. They want to try to do that tonight. What's key to stopping that from happening?
We just gotta play together. I feel like as long as we can get some stops on the defensive side, it'll make our offense come easier. And I feel like everyone will be in a good rhythm. And it's Miami Heat basketball.
Tyler's been back 4 games now. Sometimes they say the only way you get to know a player is to play with them. I know you played last year, but it's a different group. How is that chemistry coming together in your thoughts?
I think it's been going pretty well. I feel like each game has been getting better and better. And last game was a great game to follow up on. Defensively, these guys are all working hard, filling in the gaps, and taking on the challenge. And offensively, we're rolling. Playing together, playing fast.
It's an opportunity tonight to get to 500 on the road. As we know, every good team kind of gets to that space. Mm-hmm. How important is it to kind of check that box here early in the season?
Really important. We feel like we let a couple on the road slip, so being able to get 500 and keep striving to collect wins is our goal.
Dallas seems to be catching a little something here. They've won in back-to-back games, beat Denver in Denver. What is it that you're feeling is key tonight to get another win against them?
Play our style of basketball. Don't let them slow us down. Keep our pace up, and just, when we get the rebound, just run.
AD, who I know you had in a race with after the last game when they were there, has been on 3 teams already and now is in trade rumors again. I'm sure you've seen them. Everyone has seen them. How fortunate does that make you feel that you've been able to have 9 years to plant roots when you see like a friend of yours has to deal with that again?
It sucks. It does. See, y'all about to get me left. But it just sucks because, you see guys that have, so much talent, they keep getting moved. And, he can be a help to a team. So, for that part, it just sucks. We don't know anything about the backstory or what's going on behind the scenes, so we can't speak too much on it. But, I know it's very uncomfortable when you got to keep up and moving your family.
And then for you just to have 9 years in one place, you don't see that a lot. Obviously, only 5 Heat guys have ever done it. How comfortable is that you're able to get to a place and really put in deep roots?
You don't really get comfortable.
Okay.
That's one thing I keep in mind. For me, it's just going out there and be the best I can, and giving them a reason to not let me go. So for me, it's just always trying to get better and, making my impact felt on the court.
You spent a lot of time in Seattle over the summer, a couple of games, watching the Storm. Is it an actual NBA arena to you, being in that atmosphere?
Yeah, they have a great fan base there. For what I've seen, they really love their team. They really enjoy them when they're winning, but they also stick through them through the bad. So from that standpoint, they have a great arena.
Here's Dallas. Feels like they're putting a little something together. What's top of the list that you want to avoid or deal with from a challenge standpoint with them?
They know how to get us in the mud. Last game we played them last week, we had one of our lowest scoring points, all season. Very good defensively, long. Obviously having AD back is a different dynamic. Just being ready to build off what we did 2 nights ago.
You guys have begun to establish what you want at home. Now here's an opportunity on the road. Get yourself at 500. That's what good teams tend to have, is that dominance at home. And at 500 or better on the road, how important, even though it's still early in the season, is it to get that checked as well?
Yeah, very important. Obviously protecting home court is obviously one thing, but getting out here on the road, being a little bit of a road warriors, getting some wins is obviously, detrimental for us if we're trying to get to where we want to go at the end of the year.
You guys were 5 of 27 on threes against them last week. Jason Kidd does not allow threes. Get whatever else you want. How important is it for you to impose your wills and get the amount of threes that you want versus taking what the defense gives you?
Yeah, just being ourselves, being aggressive, obviously getting out in transition. I think it starts defensively for us, getting stops and then being able to run, trying to pick the pace up opposed to the way we played against them last week. and then obviously just getting to the paint and making the right plays, taking what they give us.
We always hear that chemistry only happens when you play together. So now you've had the games together with Norm. Do you feel a chemistry building as opposed to when you're watching from the sidelines saying, I think I can do this with him, versus now I know I can do this with him?
Yeah, of course. Just obviously we got a deep team, so it's not just Norm playing with a bunch of great guys, great players on this team. It's been great for me and just getting back into the swing of things, and just looking forward to continuing to build the chemistry.
Looking at how Dallas has put together a couple nice wins, what is it that you're looking at saying, listen, we got to do this differently, maybe even from the experience when you just recently played them, to be successful tonight?
Well, you have to respect how many close games they've been in and how they play. Particularly at home, it is not indicative of the record at all. I mean, I think one of the more impressive things is they've been able to sustain a top 5, top 6 defense with that record and with Davis out. That just shows you how committed they are to that end of the floor. They make it tough on you. It was, our second slowest pace, second slowest transition game, and the second least amount of points we scored all season. That was at home. When you play in their building, it becomes even tougher. They want to get the game in the mud. Davis changes their complexion quite a bit. Nembhard playing more at the point and getting Flag off the ball has really helped them. Flag was terrific 2 games ago at home, at home was a 35-point game. And Davis is a Hall of Fame player. He's just going to change the complexion of a game, on his own.
Starting to build exactly what you want at home. First 12 games, you win 10 of those. Opportunity to go to 500 on the road with a win here. How much of that is top of mind for guys today?
It is, because we started out slow on the road. And our guys are a competitive group, an ambitious group. We want to have a better road record, with the understanding that, it's tough going on the road. You have to do even more and be even more intentional. So I think it'll be a good challenge for us tonight.
Your 3 questionable guys, were they able to do some stuff today?
Yeah, they're able to do some stuff, but we'll see. We want to be responsible about it, and wherever that decision is, can it get worse? Does it make more sense, to continue to do treatment, or is it okay to play?
Erik, you were 5 of 27 on threes against them last time. How much of that is take what is given versus get what you want?
Both. Our game is not driven by how many threes we can attempt. If the game calls for more paint attacks and more rim attempts, trying to be aggressive to get to the free throw line, that may be the case. It always comes down to reading the game. What's appropriate? You can't predetermine. That's what I liked about the game the other night. That hasn't really been something that we've talked about, is trying to get close to 53s. But that's what was available in that game. It likely will be different in this game. This team defends the three-point line very well. They stayed at home on a lot of our drives, and we have to make multiple efforts to get guys open and make the right reads.
Sometimes they say the only way to judge chemistry is to see it in action. 4 games in for Tyler. What are your thoughts on the synergy in that week back by him?
I'm really encouraged by how he's been able to fit in and really help us by him getting to his strengths. We can be so dynamic offensively with everybody healthy and reading the game appropriately. And you need it against the very best teams.